What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So as you guys saw by the intro, today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Adidas X Speedflow. But not only are we looking at the Speedflow, we're also going to be comparing it to the X Ghosted, which was the previous X series. So we're going to be reviewing the two, seeing which one is better and if the Speedflow is actually any better and the new improvements that they've brought. So if you guys want to see it, let's get to it. So the X Ghosted dropped quite a while ago. Whenever it came out, it was very popular. A lot of people were trying them out. A lot of people were buying them. You saw a lot of pros starting to wear these as well. And it was just something kind of new from the X line. It was very similar to something that you would see from the F50 back in the days. And a lot of people really did seem to like it. They really did enjoy it. A lot of people were wearing these. And it was just by far Adidas's most popular boot whenever it came out. It was really nice because it was a very snug fit. It had a nice synthetic upper on it, and it had the new stud pattern as well as the carbon fiber that runs through the forefoot of the sole plate. So it was just something new, and a lot of people were really getting interested into it. And I got these about a month or so ago, and I've been wearing these now for that time. And I've got my own opinion on these and the new Speedflow. So now I'm going to be comparing the two and seeing if the Speedflow is actually better than the Ghosted. So the upper on the Ghosted was a nice thin synthetic upper, but the only problem was it had a very plastic feel to it. It was rigid and kind of stiff, and it didn't really seem to mold to the shape of your foot very well. And I know for me personally, I got a lot of blisters from these trying to break these in because the upper was just a little bit too stiff. The synthetic just wasn't very pliable. Like I said, it kind of had a plastic feel to it. And I liked how thin it was. It just didn't really move with the shape of your foot too well. But one of the things that I did really like about the boot was the sole plate. I really love the stud pattern. It was really aggressive. I love the carbon fiber that runs through the forefoot of the sole plate. It really does put you on your toe, and it really does help give you a spring back effect, and it just helps you feel more agile, even though it probably doesn't actually help you in any way in a performance aspect. It does kind of give you that mental side of it to where you do feel more on your feet and just ready to go and ready to spring off. So I did like that about the Ghosted line. And one thing that I also wasn't a big fan of was this heel piece back here. It was really stiff again. It was just really hard. And I also got blisters on my heel after trying to break these in for a while. And sometimes I still do get blisters wearing these. So overall, it was really good in the fact that it really did wrap your foot very tightly. The sole plate was really aggressive. It put you on your toes. But at the same time, it just wasn't very soft and it just wasn't very pliable. It was a good idea, and I liked how thin the upper was. It just, the synthetic just was a bit too stiff for me. But that's where the Speedflow comes into play, and I think Adidas did a good job at keeping the good stuff, but improving on the bad things from the Ghosted line. And I liked how they kept the sole plate. Again, you get the same stud pattern and everything. It's really aggressive. You get the sole plate with the carbon fiber running through the forefoot. But where they changed a lot of stuff was in the upper and in the heel. So the upper on these is still a synthetic, but it's way softer. It's way more pliable. It really molds to your foot whenever you put them on. It's a very snug fit, but maybe not quite as tight as the X Ghosted line. So I feel like these might be a little bit better for people who don't have quite such narrow feet, but they still want to try the X line. I feel like this does a good job at expanding if your foot is a little bit on the big side. But don't worry, if you do have narrow feet, it's still very snug and it's going to wrap your foot very well. But like I said, the synthetic is way softer on the Speedflow than the Ghosted. And I liked how they included more of the knit running through the lacing system. It gives you more of a soft feel running through the top part of your foot, which I'm a big fan of. And also the heel is way softer back here. It really moves with your foot well, but also still gives you some good structure with the external heel counter. So that way your heel's not sliding from side to side. So I feel like they did a good job at making it a little bit more pliable, but not making it too loose to where you'll lose any lockdown. I did get a few blisters trying to break these in, but really only the first time. By the second time I started wearing these, I started getting no problems at all. And the upper is already breaking in a lot quicker than what the upper did on the X Ghosted. The X Ghosted took forever to break in, whereas these I've only worn a few times and they're already starting to feel really good. Before I made the switch to the X Ghosted, I was wearing the Nemesis 19.1s and the Nemesis Point Ones, and these were my favorite cleats by far. They just were an overall really good boot. It was simple. You didn't have too much technology going on. It was just a very nice boot to wear. It just felt good on your feet. It did what you needed it to do, and that was it. It was really comfortable, and I just liked the way that these fit and felt, and I really did enjoy wearing these. But I wanted something a bit more tighter on my feet, something that would make me feel more like I was on my toes and everything. So that's why I switched to the X Ghosted. But these, in my opinion, were just way too tight. And like I said, the upper was just too stiff and it had too much of a plastic feel to me. But what I feel like the Speedflow does really well is that it kind of combines the Nemesis and the X Ghosted and puts it into one boot. You get a lot more knit on the Speedflow, but you still get the synthetic that's running through, but this time it's a lot softer. You get a nice snug fit, but not too tight, so it's kind of like merging the Nemesis fit and the X Ghosted fit and putting it into one to where it's snug, but not super tight on your feet. And I just feel like overall it does a really good job at making this an all-around really good boot. So overall, my opinion is that the Speedflow is much better than the Ghosted. The Ghosted was really good, but like I said, the upper was just too stiff and had too much of a plastic sensation, whereas the Speedflow really does mold to your foot really well, but still gives you that really good traction and makes you just feel like you're on your toes at all times, just ready to go and ready to sprint. So that's it for the review. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I really do like these boots and I've only worn them a few times. So I'm excited to see how they feel after a couple months of fully breaking them in. I'm sure they're going to feel even better than what they feel like right now, but they already feel good pretty much straight out of the box. So I'm really happy with the new Speedflow, much better than the Ghosted in my opinion. That's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video and I'll catch you guys in the next one.